and it often causes underdevelopment of people. So when countries have huge reserves of oil and coal and diamonds and gold and platinum, it often creates far more problems than it solves. And we, who are incredibly rich in those resources, have to find ways of ensuring that the benefits of them grow an economy as a whole, and not just a tiny sector driving out all the other sectors, and especially the manufacturing sector. And while we grapple with those ideas, especially with the huge oil and gas finds off Mozambique and other places, I'm reading more and more about the potential of agriculture. And agriculture does the exact opposite of the extractive industries. It empowers many people. It generates huge employment rather than promote a small elite that becomes very wealthy through foreign exchange. Far from killing local manufacturing, as extractive industries often do, agriculture builds local manufacturing, and we haven't nearly got to the potential of that because we need to beneficiate our food far, far more, and that creates enormous potential for economic growth and job creation. If we are food secure, it is the best bulwark against inflation, and so it does the opposite of what extractive industries do vis-a-vis inflation. And it includes people, and when people are food secure, they feel part of social inclusion, and one can build a society. And so agriculture really is the backbone of inclusive growth. It is extraordinarily important to our Western Cape economy, and we haven't begun yet to tap the potential of this exceptionally important backbone of a developing society's economy. We're delighted that our farmers are going into Africa, not running away from South Africa, but to share expertise and to cross borders in a way that no other industry is able to do. And if there is one way that Africa will get its act together economically and politically, it is because we still have the potential of creating food security for the rest of the world with our high-yield agricultural land that still needs to be tilled and developed. So, South Africa has a highly developed farming industry. It has pioneered land reform in some of the most innovative ways, especially equity share schemes, which are so essential in our society. And we face the challenges of all developing democracies. Today we saw the spectre, and I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning watching the United States election results come in because I'm a political junkie. Some South Africans are mad enough when we're paying a test in Australia or New Zealand to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to watch a sports match. Now you mustn't tell this to anybody because I will deny it, but I will never get up early in the morning to watch a sports match. But when there are election results coming in, I will be up there and watching them wherever they are in the world. And today I was watching the election results come in, and at 5 o'clock I went off to the American Consul General hall to watch the results coming in and to discuss it. And the most powerful lesson was this idea that a stable democracy, even if they have an incomprehensible electoral system, even if they have a totally bizarre electoral system, actually has big institutions, the rule of law, and the rules of the game by which everyone abides. And this notion of big institutions that outlive individuals, that extend from generation to generation, that are the bedrock of a stable society, an inclusive economy, an inclusive polity that can nevertheless contain very intense competition. That is the bedrock of a democracy. While it took America a long time to get there. It took America a very long time to get there. The election of Barack Obama, for me, symbolizes the triumph of an open society. Because when we look at the situation in our own continent, one of the truths we have to face is that Barack Obama, if he had been standing for president in his father's home country, Kenya, would probably not have been elected because his father came from a minority ethnic group. But in America, After 200 years of developing a democracy, your ethnic group doesn't matter. Your quality as an individual and the value that you add does. And that really is the emphasis for me, our democracy needs. But the even better news is that in South Africa we are shortcutting history. It may have taken America 200 years, but it's going to take us about 20. And we're making really great progress as a developing democracy. So thank you for being part of our great story. Birth is always accompanied by pangs, which is, to put it mildly, as most mothers here will know. And as most mothers and fathers here will know, adolescence is even more challenging. South Africa is an adolescent democracy. We are 17 years old, but we're making the transition into adulthood, and we will make it with enormous success and become an example to the world of how such a diverse group of people could rejoice in their differences, triumph over their past, and build the world's greatest democracy. Thank you very much for being here.